and welcome to another relaxing tour with me, Bo, here at bowASMR. So last time, me and Alex, or Alex and I, showed you around this gorgeous town, gorgeous town of Haven Springs. We did so at night, and this time I thought a soft-spoken, very relaxing and calming tour would be nice. Now, there are many details we couldn't see last time because it was, night, dark. Now look at this water. Look how incredibly beautiful it is. You see that? You can see the bottom, the brown, and then, you can see it gets deeper on the shade of the water, and it's just so, look, you can even see the bottom, and what it looks like. It's so cool. And over there we can see someone fishing, which, indicates that we'd be able to fish and eat it. So you can also find different places where Alex can sit down for a moment. So let's try it out. Okay, so one of the things I'm not sure everyone picked up on, or it's my, technically the first game was set in Arcadia Bay, which is based on Tillamook Bay, I think it's called, but don't quote me on it. Either way, what's interesting is that Alex is from Portland, Oregon, so she's another person from that area. Anyway, this is what it's like if you wanna sit down and relax on the dock by this lake that looks gorgeous, and that you just wanna take a little dip into. You can hear the water clucking up against the dock and the beach, and I find that sound very relaxing. When you play this game, this bit actually has a Angus and Julia Stone song that is just superb, and one of my favorite duos, bands. Their Santa Monica Dream is very iconic for the first game.
The park looks fun to explore.
Now here we have kayaks that we can take and paddle out on the lake. Here we have the park. Now in the last video we could go up here, you could see what was happening up there, but in this video it is blocked off because the festival is being prepared. Now here we have some beer bottles, which is quite a good trigger word. I find a lot of the trigger words for me is P, B's, T's and D's. Yeah, here we have some really nice flowers, colourful. It really gives a warm, welcoming vibe. And I do remember that Life is Strange 1 felt a little less so, but I think that's the vibe that the town was supposed to give off, whereas this one is welcoming. Arcadia Bay was supposed to be a place you wanted to leave, not stay in. Now, here we have Ethan, who is one of the characters in the game that we get to know, but look at this gorgeous river. It's so beautiful. This entire game is so beautiful. And Haven Springs is based on Colorado, inspired by Colorado Springs and all the little mountain towns. There's actually a video about it on Life is Strange's own YouTube channel, so I'll link it in the description below if anyone wants to check it out. But you can definitely tell when you see that video that they took a lot of inspiration from these towns, especially by the way that you see these mountains is surrounding the entire town. I think I learned that they call it a box town or something like that. It's when all you can see when you look around are mountains, because your town is like a valley and it's boxed in by all these mountains. And fun little trivia, Wolf Squad from Life is Strange. So that's Ethan. We're not going to talk to him right now because we're out for a tour. He's a newspaper guy. But so this is the little mini park that they've got with some different tree sculptures that actually looks like Ducky. That looks like Ducky. Not sure it's supposed to be Ducky, but it looks like him. This game in general is just fantastic. It is definitely my favorite game in the series right now. I absolutely love it. I think, you know, a lot of love and thought and detail has gone into this game, just like the other games. I just feel like this one, yeah, it's just slightly better than the rest. Now, I love the first one. It used to be my favorite up until this one. So here we have the main street, and if you saw the other one, there's quite a difference. You can see a lot more details. Here we have the outdoor sports shop type thing. You can buy mountain bikes, cruisers, kayaks, and other cool gear. You can also rent stuff. I think it says rentals. Here we have a general store that is currently not open. The bookstore, sadly, is for lease. It seems like people in Springhaven don't buy books. Stop buying your books online. Keep bookstores and libraries alive. Go get physical books. Nothing compares to the feel of pages being turned, and I mean, how would you get your ASMR without real books? ASMR. So we'll go into the dispensary because, like I said in my other one, every American town needs a dispensary. And that's Diane, one of the characters, and this is going to be a spoiler-free tour, so we shall not talk about anything that might spoil the game for any of you who hasn't played it. I will, however, do a very non-spoiler-free reviews and thoughts about the game. The loading screens are amazingly long in this game. I don't mind though. I have a PS4. It's what PS4 does. It has very long loading screens. Let's not even talk about the loading screens in Assassin's Creed, because they're ridiculous. So here is a character called Charlotte, and for me who's a Swede, it's very difficult to differentiate between Charlotte and Charlotte, because we don't really have those sounds. we have a lot of ch sounds, not so many sh. I mean, we do, but trust me, it's just difficult for us. I think it's the way you spell it. Also, charrrlottt, Charlotte, Charlotte in Swedish is pronounced shalott. So we have more sounds, I suppose. Speaking of Swedish, I was thinking of making a Swedish reading video. So, I don't want to subject you to all of the conversations, because that's not why we're here. So this is the dispensary, and you can tell it's an artist who runs it. There's a lot of quirky little things in here. I love how 9deck has even thought of little details like a fire extinguisher and a fire alarm. It's cool. It's very cool. I like this green wall. It really pops against the brick wall, and I love a good brick wall. As someone who works with ArcVis, I'm loving that they really utilize this. I love a good brick wall, basically, and it seems like they've got good people doing the architecture, like things. So here we can see a lot of stuff that you can find in a dispensary. Dispensary. Now I won't spend too much time in here, and I won't talk about the stuff because I don't want to get, a strike from YouTube, because they have a tendency to just like give you strikes, especially nowadays. So we're gonna leave the dispensary, the Silver Dragon. We're gonna go out on the main street again. Now, Haven Springs is an old mining town, and as you can see right there, yeah, we've got a mining museum. Next to here we have, I don't know what is this supposed to look like, Haven Drugs. Well, that's apropos, isn't it? Apropos. The ball guy is really fun. If you play this game, you should go up and talk to him. But I won't talk to him now because they're supposed to be relaxing and calming. I love these little flower beds that they have. I think they're so gorgeous. And I'm also a guy who loves his plants and flowers. This year I have just a small balcony, but I planted so much on it and got such a good harvest. Anyway, we're gonna save the record store for last. We'll go and pop into the flower shop. Last time we couldn't go into it. One go. So here we have the flowers shop. And it's owned by Elena, who we can see behind the counter. She likes gnomes, a lot of gnomes, and they seem to be multiplying. So all you can do in here is buy flowers for your loved ones, or your, whoever you want to buy flowers for. It is also Eleanor who did all the flower arrangements for the spring festival. Now if you go right here, you get to the bridge. And on the other side of that bridge we have the bus stop. And that's where you take the bus to and from Haven Springs. This is where Alex first arrives when we start the game, and she meets her big brother Gabe. We're not gonna go onto the bridge. I mean, we can go on. Let's go onto the bridge. I don't think it will trigger a cutscene. I know they're doing they blocked it off. This is the thing I like about Deck 9. They're very clever about how they block you from going places. And so clearly, you know, they're doing works with the flower beds. That makes sense. Not that you can just step over these. But yeah, look at this, it's so gorgeous. You see the river from here. You hear the relaxing sound of water just flowing under the bridge, flowing down the river under the bridge. And we have a little butterfly here. Very nice. I really like the sound of footsteps on wood. It's very nice to me. Now you can see the mountains up here. I'll paste the image to show you what it looks like, where they got inspired from. Now here we have the avalanche ice cream. I don't think we can go in there. I don't think we've ever. No, you can never go in there. You can just. So Alex is an empath with like superpower empath power, so she can sense other people's emotions, and so she can sort of tap into them and hear and feel what they're thinking and feeling. So this is the post office. Let's see what they have. They've got a flyer. Celebrate Haven. Celebrate Spring Festival. Sponsored by the Typhoon Mining Company. So Typhoon Mining is the mining company that mines in the mountains here. This is Haven Springs Fine Art. However, sadly, it is closed. We cannot go in. It seems like it's closed forever, which is even sadder. Now, let's go to the record store. This is where all the good stuff happens. Especially if you want to romance stuff. Which, like, most of us do. Hashtag Team Steph. Honestly, I love both the romanceable characters in this game. I think they're both fantastic, fun, lovable, and I couldn't really choose. So maybe in my mind, she can have both. No, maybe, who knows. I did choose Steph. I love Steph. So this is the Rocky Mountain record store. And here we have Valkyrie, which is a cat that we aren't on the best of terms with. And she's sitting in the chair where you can usually sit and listen to music. So this is a store. It's got a little, what's it called? Pinboard? Yeah, little board. Got all the records. I used to love going into record shops when I was young, just like looking for records and CDs and whatnot. Guitar. There's a list with like items or records that people have booked. Here we have Steph, our friend, and a potential love interest if you are into that sort of thing. She's awesome. She's pretty cool. She is she works for the record store and she's the DJ for Haven's own radio station. Here we have, I think his name is Hernandez. What's it? Hector. Yeah. And he's lost his dog. You can help him find his dog. If if you try, if you want to. So this is like a little side room with just oddities in it. And here we have Steph's drums. So Steph is a drummer, and you can touch and die. So before this, when you first get here, when the first time you step into the shop, you can actually touch them. It's a pretty funny if you do. You don't die. Clearly you cheat death because we're alive. And this, my friend, is the entirety of the game, the town. This is the entire game plays out in this town, and it may sound like it's gonna be boring, but it never gets boring because they use it really cleverly. They're so clever about it, the way the story plays out. I'm going to see if we can go into the Black Lantern and look around it. Maybe look around our own flat, because we have yet to see our own flat. So let's try that. That looked like a goat. I'm not sure it's supposed to be a goat, but we'll run back as we walked past this. Treasures of Tibet. Every town needs to have a treasure of Tibet where all the people can get Tibetan prayer flags and prayer beads. I did as well when I was young. Am I dating myself? Maybe, who knows? Go. So, this is the lantern. During the day when not a lot of people are here, this really feels like a pub, like a bar, with the lighting and that red lamp. It looks, yeah. So clearly we've had a lot of stuff going on here. There's a dartboard. We have a dartboard here. So we'll do sad face. Let's do a sad face. This isn't so much a spoiler. Oh my god, look at the bear. He's got a dot on his nose. I'm not sure how that's a sad face. Oh, is that a sad face? Is that a sad face? Yeah, it is a sad face. Oh, a sad face. Change. Can we change it again? Can we do it like a happy face? Or let's do a happy face. Man, I feel for the bear. That's the piercing he never asked for. Or maybe he did. Maybe he did ask for this piercing. Okay, let's leave it. So, this is where you play pool. There's a little note here. What's this note? Oh, my goodness. This note. Pool wins Ducky. Everyone else. It looks like Ducky is king of pool. King of pool. Okay, so let's leave this and let's go up to our flat where we live, where Alex lives. So this is our flat, and I have to say it is a pretty awesome flat. It has one of these little games, like arcade games, which I would play all the time. Look at the windows, look at the planning, like open planned flats are my favorites because you can do so much with them. I love it, it's so cool. I would love a flat like this. I love the industrial sort of feel of it as well with the but it still has kept that small town Colorado Springs sort of vibe to it, with these with the brick walls being like stone and not bricks. The high ceilings, the wooden beams. Yeah, it kind of screams mining town. We have actually cleaned up, it appears. So this is, yeah, and this is how we can clean that up, because we don't like flies, do we? Man, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. Apparently that has consequences. Who knew? Yeah, so this is our really big TV as well. And this is our turntable where we can play music. And then of course we have the gorgeous, stunning balcony upstairs. And we can't get to it, but I will get you to it in just a little bit. And this is the stunning balcony. I mean, look at this view right in front of the lake. I mean, you wake up to this sound, to this ambience like I would never need to find a ASMR video. I mean, look at this, it's so gorgeous. I wish we could explore a little bit further over there on the little peninsula bit. But yeah, so here is the garden, that little balcony garden. So you see out across the town, the main street, and everywhere else, which is pretty cool. And again, it doesn't matter that you're high up, all you see are mountains. It just feels so quaint, and over here you can see all the other residential houses. And this game really makes you want to go to and live in a small town, in a small American town. So, this is the entirety of Haven Springs. Gorgeous. This is like a postcard, isn't it? So this is the entirety of the area where the game takes place. There are two more places, but you only go to them once or twice. But this is the main area, and you'd think it gets boring, but it doesn't. They've done it so cleverly that everything feels fun and fresh and new, and it's just like, because one time you have it at night, one time you do it during the day, and then the other time other stuff happens. So it's a very clever way to do it. I loved every single moment of this game. I will rant about it in another ASMR video, but for now, love, peace, and I should go.